So getting into it, this person wrote, "Amen, your vote may save a lot of lives." And I put in, "Yikes, not the 13 Marines in Kabul." A little hot take, a little spicy there, right? But truth, right? And so this person, again, a year ago said, "My respect to you went up," right? And so I said, so did your gas prices. Hey yo, what's up you guys? So I'm coming here with another video. And you know what? When I was doing a process of what videos I wanted to do, I kind of came across one of my old videos talking about like buyer's remorse, Biden remorse. You know, it was 2021 and already, January 2021, already people were kind of like iffy about what Biden, regretting their vote and everything. And so, you know, a year later, I kind of want to revisit that, right? I wanted to see if people stand by their vote or regretting their vote, hashtag walk away. And so the first thing that I did was search on YouTube, search "I voted for Biden." And the first person that came up was this person, Jonathan Morrison. Don't know the guy, but this guy is a 2 million subscriber. So no, by all means, not a small YouTuber by any stretch, right? And so normally he does tech reviews, but he did this one video talking about why he voted for Biden. We'll get into it. And so I kind of just want to go into talking about his stuff, and I already watched it, right? This is not really a rebuttal or reaction, just a response, right? And again, I just want to put it out there, this isn't anything about attacking the guy, not that this is punching up, like I'm like nowhere in his radar, but I mean, it's just a way of like looking into the reasoning and looking into what people thought back in 2020 versus now, right? And we're gonna have some fun, right? We're gonna look into the comments because the comments are fire and everything, and so we're gonna look into all of that. So with that said, shall we begin? But first, of course, if you're new to my channel, what is up? My name is Mitch, Maverick Mitch, hey Mitch, all the Mitches, the real Mitcher, and pretty much I like talking about what I like talking about. So current events, reviews, pop culture, social political commentary. Be sure to check out all those videos as you're finishing this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. It helps the algorithm. Let's go, Brandon. Let's get into it.
Alright, I get it. We're tired. We're exhausted. The last thing anybody wants to hear about, talk about, think about right now is politics or the election. I've tried to express this many times, and I get that it's hard to do that through words or through a tweet, so I want to do that vocally right now. For me, it's never been about politics. I've never been into politics, and to this day, I wouldn't say I'm a Democrat or a Republican. I don't agree with Trump, and I think so many times because someone sees that and says, well, you don't agree with Trump, so automatically you're a stupid left-wing Democrat. So if you want to call me a snowflake or a beta male, that's fine. The amount of insecurity that I see that goes hand in hand with that mentality kind of blows my mind. But
okay, let's pause here, right? So already, I'm kind of loving this already. So let's just go with the parts where, okay, so one, I appreciate him using his platform, right? Normally he's a tech reviewer. For him to do this, cool on him, whatever, knowing that obviously having a niche, a framework, obviously you're going to have some backlash, whatever. So if he wants to do his platform however he wants, that's his prerogative, right? And so again, a few things here. Again, he was never political, somewhat in the middle, you know, and the fact that he picks one side, people are calling him out. So I think there's a little bit in which if you're not really in politics and then you're being influenced by other people versus someone who is really invested in politics and actually having the knowledge of what you're getting into, right? And the whole name calling thing, like beta male, snowflake, all that stuff. Sure, we can criticize that. It happens on both sides. Like the people on the right call people on the left snowflakes, even though that was kind of like all the way around before. But anyway, and then the people on the left even go as far as saying things like you are an is and a phobe and then all this stuff, right? And so it's called all the name calling. So I can get that point as far as why do you have to go so reductive in ad hominem in when your response is, right? And so. And this idea of, like, really quick, he's talking about, like, I'm tired and all this stuff. Like, yo, I was not tired in 2020, okay? As someone who is actively talking about social political commentary, like, I was livid. Like, it was, like, the Super Bowl of elections, right? And so, it was like, hyped. So, again, it also goes into his mentality as far as, I don't want to hear about this elections. I just want to get it over with type thing. I just want to go for the person that the mainstream media tells me to go for, right? And he's in tech industry mainly leans left, and so I can understand where he's coming from. And so we'll definitely look into what other things he's saying, but there's already a framework here and a premise here going in which he I just want to be normal, and the only people that's talking about what I'm getting my influence from is what I would assume is coming from the left.
That's the thing, right? If you vote for Trump, if you support Trump, I definitely don't hate you. I don't think you're an awful person. I don't understand why. I just don't agree with it. I voted for Joe.
Pause real quick. That's a great thing to have a mentality for. If you voted for whoever, we shouldn't necessarily demonize people. Obviously the people you don't understand the people on the left or right voting for whatever, and I'll just leave it there. It's a fine point. We shouldn't demonize people, right?
Biden, I don't think by any means he's a perfect candidate. He has a lot of flaws. He's done some questionable things in his past, but I think what it comes down to is he has some sense of moral compass, which I think Trump doesn't have any. I've seen a lot of things.
So let's listen to that real quick. Again.
Flaws. He's done some questionable things in his past, but I think what it comes down to is he has some sense of moral compass, which I think Trump doesn't have any. I've seen a lot of things.
With the moral compass, there's just a lot of things there, right? And so, not even just the sniffing the kids part, I don't even know where I want to go with. Just really some bad takes as well. You can even talk about Charlemagne the God talking about Biden back in whatever year, talking about the crime bill that he proposed and all this stuff, and the fact that he also said to Charlemagne the God, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. And so the moral compass there is a progressive moral compass, which is there is no moral compass.
From Trump that have blown my mind in terms of just how could you do that or act like that if you have any shred of decency or empathy. But I think the thing recently that really just shocked me more than anything is there's an older clip earlier this year where he's talking to nurses and people from the medical field, and this gentleman brings up a very valid point saying, I'm worried about the nurses. Trump, like a sociopath, essentially ignores him and then proceeds to hand out pens. And
okay, pause. We're gonna watch this clip, and this is actually one of the reasons why I wanted to do this response video, is for this very reason. Already, no fair to, somewhat unfair, but fair. He does, no, it's unfair. It's unfair, he put this clip on without putting the main clip, and he just cutting a small portion of it to make it look like what Trump is doing is bad, and he's trying to look like Trump is insensitive. But I'm gonna play the full clip after we watch this clip, okay? And so we'll see where he cuts it. And he may just be reposting. I'm not blaming him necessarily. I'm assuming he just posts someone else's clip of this, right? And of course, Candace Owens, everyone else has made this point. Everyone in the media has done this where they just cut things out so that it can make Trump or whoever they want to look like the bad guy, right? So we'll listen to it, and I'll play the full clip right after.
If I may add, one big concern that I have is the post-traumatic trauma that a lot of the nurses and doctors and other members of the healthcare team will be facing in the future. They're seeing death probably 3 to 4 times the average than what they normally would.
A lot of deaths.
Yes. Yes, sir.
No question about it.
Yeah.
And by the way, while we're at it, you guys these guns around, okay? You guys will not take a gun against somebody the other side.
I'm not quite
So pause right here, right? The idea here is someone is expressing their grievances, and Trump, all he wants to do is pass out pens. Here you go, here you go, here you go, right? Well, let's watch the full clip, and let's watch, yeah. Alright, so I'll link this video below, and you can see it in its entirety and everything. So, making some context here, it was on May 6th, at least it was uploaded, and President Trump signs a proclamation in honor of National Nurses Day. And again, this is back in 2020, in the hype of everything that's going on. And so, if you watch it, in its beginning, he's making this, very op-ed and everything. And I guess you can criticize that too. This is very just trying to boast his views or whatever. But, he's doing what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to, in 2020, when everything was hyped hyped up. He's highlighting nurses, and then versus the where they were heroes in 2020 under Biden administration, they were like lost jobs in 2021, right? But we'll take a look. We'll see. I'll play what he got to say in its entirety. So let's full screen this and let's get into it.
You're real heroes, and thank you for everything you do.
Thank you. Thanks very much. Would you like to say something?
Yes, sir, Mr. President. Good afternoon. My name is Ernest Grant. I'm the president of the American Nurses Association, and wish to thank you for everything that you've done, especially for recognizing National Nurses Day. And if I may add, one big concern that I have is the post-traumatic trauma that...
So pause right here real quick right now. Already he starts off saying thank you and everything, and now he's just expressing his concerns.
A lot of the nurses and doctors and other members of the healthcare team will be facing in the future. So I would ask that you please take into consideration some efforts for that.
What percentage would that be, do you think? What seems to be the percentage?
I don't have any numbers right now, but I can pretty well anticipate that it'll be a very high percentage. You know, they're seeing death probably 3 to 4 times the average.
Also, mind you, they cut this portion out. He's talking to him. He's engaging him. He's asking what was the percentage. He is actually showing concern.
Than what they normally would.
A lot of deaths.
Yes. Yes, sir.
No question about it.
Yeah.
And by the way, while we're at it, you can pass these pens around, okay? You pass it around, there you go, I got some for the other side. I don't want to mix it up with the one.
No, don't worry, I've got one.
Anybody have anything to say, please?
So again, you can watch it in its entirety, but the idea here, he's talking to a lot of people, and really that clip that he showed wasn't. They could have shown a worse, quote unquote, worse clip. And so again, he's just talking to these people, handing out White House pens. Like they came to the White House, and I think to have like a souvenir that they got to meet the president is quite normal. Like not even just within Trump. I think that's quite normal in any presidency in going to the White House. And so it's also kind of like a kind of funny thing. They try to make this own of Trump when this was really kind of basic. And continuing on.
Sure what it was about that, but it just was like a punch to the gut because he's not out there, right? Like we're not out there, and to not have an ounce of empathy towards people who are really in there, feeling it, seeing it, that are going to be dealing with the effects far after this is over, and just to not blink an eye is insane. I know a lot of people...
Yeah, again, looking in retrospect, here nurses were heroes in 2020, and then they weren't even vaxxed, remember, right? The vax wasn't out, right? And then now they are forced to be, in 2021, they were forced to be vaxxed to keep on working. When they were caring for people, risking their lives in 2020 without a vax. And they were losing jobs, and they were like, they had to force mandates, and then obviously 2022, it's all over because this whole situation has gone away for the focus in Ukraine. It's kind of funny how like the science changes when it doesn't. The science didn't change, it's just the political science that did, right? And so, continuing on.
People might have the mindset of, well, the world's messed up, why should I get out there? My vote may not count. But the reality is it really, really does. There's still time left in the day, so if you can get out there, encourage your friends, your family, and just kind of sit back and think with your heart and a look towards humanity. Do it safely, of course. Wear a mask. Distance for those who have mailed things in, for those who have done it early. You guys are amazing. And yeah, I just wanted to get this out there and talk about it because for me, it's more than politics. I don't care about the politics part of it. I care about the humanity part.
All right, so end it there, right? Okay, so getting into all of that, right? And so he ends with humanity and everything. And again, a year later, we have the fall of Kabul, we have inflation, we have high gas prices, and we have a war in Ukraine, and maybe even a war in the Pacific Theater in Taiwan, and maybe something that revolves around a world war. Yeah, so in retrospect, there's a lot getting in here, but I think America first, like we already seeing, like not just the meme, let's go Brandon, like we are seeing what this this vote has done already, right? And we are seeing all of this transpire a year later, and again, there's a idea there about humanity, but also we should take care of Americans, right? Why are we funding other countries, whether they're defense, whether like giving money to Pakistan on programs back when, and why are we focusing on the American people? And I think that is a question to be had, right? Okay, so also what I want to do real quick is kind of go into this video, kind of go to the look in the comments and see what everyone is getting to. So also I wanted to do this video because a lot of people are commenting this, like not just like one or twice, like throughout the last how many months and weeks and everything. So one, I'm gonna give it a like. So I'm gonna give it a like here, right? Just because you may dislike the content, you can still support the person. I think this is also for this video. I think this is an opportunity if he ever watches this, or if anyone that were Biden supporters watch this. You know, there's the hashtag walkaway movement. There's also various of those different instances. You know, you have the black exit, Latino exit, Asian exit, and all this stuff. And so, you know, this isn't anything about like, well, part of us definitely want to say I told you so, but another part of us is like, I think we can definitely learn from what this is going on and learn from what's happening, and like be more educated when you come to your vote, you know? And so again, like this video, let's not demonize this person, and maybe he'll come to our side. Maybe he can use his platform to come to our side and like give a highlight of, you know what, I voted for Biden and I'm not gonna do that again. I'm gonna vote like conservatively maybe to get America back on track, make America great again type thing. And so, alright, so again, looking into these comments, and again, if you see my comment, if you want to comment yourself, by all means do that, you know, everything. Obviously be nice about it, you know, and if you want to be funny about it too, that's cool too, but well, you know, already I put my comment in. A year later, what's your thoughts on Biden? Hashtag let's go Brandon, hashtag Biden remorse, right? And so again, a lot of the same type of things here. So you got this person saying, hey bud, I'm curious how you feel about the decision a year into his presidency, you know. So this and then going down over here, a person put down, you showed a little of the cutscene of Trump and not the full clip. Trump has a lot of empathy, that's why people give him real love. And I'm glad I'm doing this video so I can show that, right? And give a response into this guy's, Jonathan Morrison's response to his like explanation, right? And so again, a lot of things already. 3 weeks ago, I want an update. I want an update on what this guy has to say after a year of this Biden disastrous presidency, right? And 5 months ago, how supporting Biden going, you know? This person saying, this video sure didn't age well. You shouldn't address your feelings now that you see how horrible Joe has been, right? And then if you scroll down, obviously it's like a lot of things that has was a year ago, right, supporting him, right, saying like, well said John, I have been following you and your channel for a while now, and I can't state enough how proud I am to be a subscriber. And then another person saying, again, a year ago, good for you, brother, speak your truth. And so again, you got a year ago people saying this up, and then current day you got people saying like, yo, what do you think now, right? And so I kind of also want to go into some of the responses I made, right? And so getting into it, this person wrote, amen, your vote may save a lot of lives. And I put in, yikes, not the 13 Marines in Kabul. And a little hot take, a little spicy there, right? But truth, right? And so this person, again, a year ago said, my respect to you went up, right? And so I said, so did your gas prices. This person put down, you are an intelligent person, so it is normal that you vote for Biden. Trump is like a child. USA is so powerful, and the president should be responsible. Trump is not. Waiting for new tech review in your channel, flex. I put down, follow Kabul, war in Ukraine. We even got Trevor Noah saying this would not happen to Trump on the Daily Show. Your thoughts? And so I also got some responses back, you know, this person saying, being in Germany watching a live stream from the election, it's difficult not living in the USA to have an opinion, but I would have voted for Biden too. There is just so much about Trump. I hope Biden is better for real. I put down a year later, a war in Ukraine, a lot of talk about World War III. Do you think Biden is still a good choice? And then I heard that Putin attacked because Ukraine was about to be a part of NATO, and then America would have been able to move troops there. What's your opinion, and how would Trump make the situation better in your opinion? I think that's a solid response. It's not like he's just getting into it and everything. You know, I think even Bear Mayor puts this as an example. In, you know, during Obama, Russia attacked and got annexed Ukraine. Crimea. And so under Trump, Putin didn't do anything, right? And then now with the fall of Kabul, and Putin sees how weak the U.S. is with the Biden presidency. So yes, he's gonna do his incursion into Ukraine. And so I think there is that. And obviously you can go into this aspect. We don't know. We can't know for sure what would happen if Trump was president right now. Would Putin actually attack? But we can say that at least in the 4 years that Trump was president, he didn't attack, right? And so... And then you also got the idea, and I don't know how true this is, right? And people were saying, like, Trump was talking to Putin, like, if you do anything in Ukraine, we'll bomb Moscow, right? Like, I don't know if that's hearsay, I don't know if that actually happened, and all that stuff. But if it did happen, it was enough for Putin to say a step back, right? Like, even if it was a bluff, right? It was a bluff that, like, you know, Putin, like, playing poker, like, that's too rich for my blood. Nowhere to fold them, right? And so, I think that was enough, right? And so, moving on. So again, this person says, Biden is the best option at this point. And I put down, what's your thoughts a year later? Thank you for this person's candidness. He said, well, lol, there's some concerns now, and I don't like the way he handles foreign policy. I think I want to go back into this and say, like, hey, well, thank you for your candor type thing. And so, like, hey, at least he's being upfront about it, right? And so, next person saying, thank you for making the right decision. A year later, do you still think it's the right decision? And so, this person is doubling down, you know, better than the alternative, unfortunately. And so, if this person catches this video, I encourage you to look in independent media, look in Breaking Points, look into Tim Pool, look into Decoy Voice, look into something else, what's going on, because you're not getting the full picture here, right? And so, again, already we're living in clown world in which the New York Times is reporting on Hunter Biden's laptop, right? We knew that in October 2020. Right? We knew mainstream media was putting it under the rug, so because they wanted to prop up Biden. But now New York Times in 2022 is saying, oh, it's real. Like, yeah. And like, it just goes to show how much of the mainstream media is corrupt. You could say even Fox. I don't care. I don't care what corporate legacy media you want to say. Like, if you're gonna watch it, that's fine, but at least pair it up with other people and other sources, other people talking what's going on. So get like a vast range, like just like you eat like bread and meats and proteins and vegetables. Yeah, you need to have a vast array of eating your political commentary from a lot of different sources, so that you're getting a well-developed meal. I think that is healthy for everyone to get into. Alright, final thoughts. Again, I'm not trying to downplay Jonathan Morrison on his views and everything. And I think this is an opportunity for us to look and like, hey, you got your vote, you guys won, but look what happened, right? And we try to tell you, so like we can make some bridges again, right? Don't burn bridges. Like, hey, come to our side, talk to us, let you see what's going on, and let's move forward and make a better decision next time, right? And so I think that's where I want to leave this video. If you like this video, comment below, tell me what you think, and see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Peace, peace, peace. Be with you.